Hi, I'm Robin, and this is Roaming with Rover. Thanks for joining us back again today. Today we're going to talk about how we came to the decision to become full-time RVers. Like most of you out there, one of us was very interested in doing this, Dennis, and one of us was not interested at all, me. We would go camping to our regular camping spot, and always there was someone there who was a full-time RVer, and Dennis would drag me over to talk to them, and they would tell me how wonderful it was and how it was the best decision they ever made and how they wished they had started sooner. And I would nod and smile, knowing all the time deep down inside there was no way that this was going to become a reality for us. Not happening. I was perfectly happy going camping in our local RV park, 10 minutes from the house, enjoying the weekend, enjoying the week, driving to work from my campground, and driving back to the campground in the evening. It was great. I loved it. Lots of peace, lots of serenity. But I'm not doing this full time. And then I got this opportunity. And the opportunity came in the form of a job offer in a different state. So we talked about it and we did some figuring, and we decided that I would go to the other state and live in an RV park in the RV. And Dennis would stay at home. So we took the RV down, and as we pulled into town to get it parked, we broke a drive line. No, we broke a fuel line. And the last few miles getting to the RV park, we are losing fuel rapidly. And we get ourselves situated in the RV park, and we get the RV parked where it's going to stay for a long time. So for right now, the broken fuel line makes no matter. We're parked. Dennis gets it all set up. Everything's working great. He hops on a plane and goes back home, and I'm sitting in an RV park in a state, in a place where I know basically nobody, and I have to figure this all out. I am on my own. And that's when I realized that in my late 50s, sitting in this RV park is the first time I have ever lived by myself in my entire life. So even just that is going to be a big adjustment. So I start my job, and I learn where the grocery store is, and I learn where all the fun things are to do in town, and start to really settle in. And it's not horrible. Of course, I miss the house, and I miss the kids, and I miss the dogs, and I miss my family, and I miss Dennis. But all in all, it's not horrible. I'm living in this RV with very little space, without the majority of my belongings. Of course, I just took with me the basic things I thought I would need. And I did a little bit of shopping while I was down there, so that's no big deal. Get a few new clothes, some cute summer things, because it is hot there. 115 in the summertime. 115. I'm not used to that. But there's no snow. I'm liking that a whole lot. So I'm down there for a few months, and I decide to go home for Christmas. And I fly home, and so excited to see everybody. And I am in my house, and our house is almost 4,000 square feet. Now, I have just come from a 250, 300 square foot motorhome, and I need to do a project upstairs. So I'm upstairs in the office, and I realize I need a piece of paper, and that piece of paper is in the basement. So I go out of the office, down the stairs, through the living room, down the hall, down another flight of stairs, through the family room, down another hall, into the room where the piece of paper was. I find it, go back down the hall, back through the family room, back up the stairs to the main floor, down the hall, across the living room, up another flight of stairs, into the office. And that's when I realized I don't need this big house. I made the decision right then and there that we could do this full time. Yes, we can do this full time. I was hesitant to say anything to Dennis because I knew he was going to run with it. And I still have to continue to work my job in another state, and we still have a house full of exchange students, and not to mention a house full of stuff that would have to be dealt with and big decisions to be made and all that goes along with it. But right then and there is when I decided we can go full time. We don't need this house. I don't need all this stuff. And that's when the decision was made. So when my trip was over for Christmas and I went back down to the motorhome, I started really looking at the space. Instead of just have things here and there, I really started to pay attention to where would I put the clothes that I needed? Where would I put my crafting supplies? How would I manage groceries on a regular basis? Because it's one thing to think you're going to be doing something temporarily for a few months. It's an entirely different thing to think that you're going to be living full time in this environment, in this tiny little space. And if you're going to be living in this tiny little space, it's got to be just right. You have to literally have a space for everything and everything in its space. Because when you've got that small of an environment, you can't have things just sitting all around. You can't be digging through cupboards looking for something. And everything that you have there has to have at least two purposes, if not more than that. So this is going to be a real adjustment for me and for Dennis, who's a bit of a pack rat. Okay, so am I. But I think it's something that we can absolutely do. And now I'm getting excited about it. And I have a conversation with Dennis and I'm like, yeah, I'll do this. I will do this. I cannot believe I said yes. I can't believe it. But I did. And that's the beginning of our story. Thanks so much for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it that looks like it's ringing so you'll get future notices of upcoming videos. Please like and leave a comment. Let me know, do you think you could ever go full-time RVing, or do you think we're crazy? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. I'm Robin, and this is Roaming with Rover.